Shambo. So, the truth is that I'm feeling rather annoyed right now. Because I don't know what to do. I don't know where to put my focus. I don't have the intensity to focus towards spiritual practice. I do my sadhana every day, I meditate, I do whatever I need to do to keep myself in shape, let's say. But I don't feel this massive, strong desire to just sit in my room and close my eyes as I have felt it in the past 4 months. There it was very, very strong. I only wanted to be alone. I only wanted to sit and close my eyes. And that was very rewarding. And right now, since the last week of January, I feel like something drastically shifted. So all of a sudden, I'm more externally focused again. And I feel guilty about it because I feel that I should be focusing on spiritual process only, and as if I know what that is, like as if I know how it's supposed to go. And I just watched a video by Teal Swan in which he explained something about spirituality 1.0 and 2.0. And so the first one is empowering people in order to show them that they can have the life they want, and to lead them towards all of their desires and the fulfillment of them, so that they can understand that they create their own reality to some extent. And then the second level is where you realize that all of the hunting, no matter what you get and no matter what you achieve, never fulfills you, and you therefore turn inward and run into the storm of your own suffering. And so I feel like in the last few months, I did a lot of just sitting with myself and going into the storm of my own suffering. While in January, there was a peak of desperation and emotion that I avoided. So I felt it for a week or so, this heavy intensity and not being able to be with myself. It was so horrible. And I just ran away from it with all means that I had. And I remember Shiva saying something about me being in his field the other day, and that he sensed that there was a great possibility for me to attain. And I just didn't care enough. I couldn't bear the pain that I was in. So I met up with a friend. He consoled me a bit. And I started working on my life, like arranging all the things that I desire and working towards them, working towards a more creative life, a partnership, money, housing, better sense of self, like whatever you can imagine a person would want. And then in my specific expression of these desires, I started focusing on all those things because I was just super sick of facing myself. And now I'm a bit in a limbo because I started this movement towards what I want, and I kind of feel that I'm tricking myself. Yet I also feel that there is a relief in it because you can't get away from your own desires. And another thing that helped me realize this is that Sadhguru said that karma, if you only live it in your own mind, creates more suffering. So if you have a desire to punch someone's face or punch someone in the face, and you actually would do it, then you get to live out the consequences of that action. Whereas if you only keep it in your mind as a desire, it's the same karma, it doesn't matter. But you perpetuate it differently because it will remain a desire. So there's a chance for resolve to be created, or somehow you can burn that karma and get rid of it anyway. But when I read it, it sounded more like if you just repress the fact that you want this, it will stay with you, and it will also be perpetuated until the point you manage to do something other with it than desire this, or you actually get some insight about why you desire it, or whatever. I don't know how karma gets resolved, but yeah. So right now I feel also like all the content that I'm creating or everything that I'm doing is very superficial, because it's not driven by this intense desire to find the divine. And it comes more from a place of okay, let's then just try to create a life that I believe would make me happy, because it didn't work anyway. The spiritual hunter-gatherer game didn't get me where I thought I would get, which actually isn't true, because I just didn't push through. But also, maybe it's not even possible to push through. Surrender is not, it's probably not something that you achieve by taking your sword and fighting the beast. It's more like it comes by itself, because you let go of the need to escape the beast. So yeah, that's where I'm at. And so there's a part of me, but maybe that's just an intellectual understanding, but that understand that I am running away from the beast, that I'm not facing it. And I also don't have the desire anymore to push myself in that direction. Or I do have that desire, actually. Now that I'm talking about it, I understand that it's not true, that I really, really, really feel like I have to go there. And I wonder to which place in myself I want to give the most attention and importance. Because if I do choose to believe that it's impossible to attain, if a part of you believes that it will be happy if it gets something, and you're just repressing that part, then what I should do now is just go wildly in the direction of everything that I want, and try to get it as soon as possible, and work for it, and put all my energy into the direction of what I want. And then on the other hand, it's just a bit like, okay, I know that doesn't make any sense. So yeah, I don't know what to do, and that's all I have to say. And I feel pain growing inside of me. And tension. Am I resisting myself? Am I resisting my desires? Am I resisting focusing on the world and the external and just giving it a shot in making myself happy there? Or am I, yeah, what the hell am I? So things that I feel at this moment would improve my life, or that I feel that I'm desiring, is a partner. Shiva's love. I still think that we're probably not actually compatible, so it's funny to see this story replay in my mind all the time, but sometimes I see a part of him that just really attracts me and that I really like and that I'm just touched by deeply. And it's mainly when he opens up emotionally that I feel a sense of importance, like, oh wow, I receive your emotions, or I receive your vulnerable self, and that is of value to me somehow. Maybe it makes me feel important or valuable that I can help him with this, or that he trusts me to open up, whatever. Maybe it makes me feel like I'm a very loving mother, and that's how I want to picture myself or see myself. So that's yeah, an experience that confirms this, and that's why I like it, or whatever. Maybe it would just give me some sense of yeah, maybe it's just actually about feeling special, that if a person like that, who is kind of so detached and careless in some ways, if he would choose to want to be with me, then oh my god, I made it. Even though I also see when I'm stepping into my own self-worth that it wouldn't change that much about my life. Well, it would change a lot about my life, but yeah, it wouldn't fill the hole. Wouldn't fill the gap in myself. So another thing that I want is to be financially independent, and actually just to be really wealthy. To spend money without any single thought about if it's ever going to disappear. And to really just trust that abundance is flowing through me endlessly without any restrictions. And that would mean that I could travel a lot. I think, I'm not sure if I actually have a desire to travel at this moment, but sometimes it's just a nice picture, you know, to go to the sun, to go to Berlin, visit a friend, all these kinds of things that I want to do, but that I'm not doing because I'm not making money. And the thing is, I'm also too lazy to actually invest all my energy into becoming really rich, because I know that I could. Of course, there's limiting beliefs and some trauma, or, you know, trauma is a big word for this one, but just ingrained patterns that I haven't resolved, or resistances that I haven't resolved, which make it hard for me to achieve this instantaneously. But I know that if I would put myself onto it, it would be quite easy to get there. And I don't really do it. Like, it doesn't really interest me that much. I'm okay being where I am, and I'm happy as I am, and I trust that I will always have what I need, and I feel sheltered, and I have food, and like, there's a lot of richness in my life. So I don't have enough drive or passion or desire to actually go and chase money, because it doesn't really, yeah, I don't know. I feel that I can get where I want to be without doing that. But sometimes I think that, yeah, maybe I should just go all in on that, and just to, you know, go all in on something and then see where it takes me. I'm yawning because I feel tension, and yawning is a way to release tension. It's a natural way of the body to let go, because you breathe out strongly. What else is it that I think I want? Well, I want to be an artist, and I want people to buy my creations, and I want to have a creative community around me of people that are inspiring and that I can work with and mostly have fun with, because that's the reason that I like to do art. It's just a lot of fun. it's just playfulness, pure playfulness with the fabric of life, because art is creation and creation is everything. So it's about going into creation with a different attitude than you normally would, which means that you see it as a blank canvas and anything can happen, and it can become an absurd thing. It doesn't have to make sense. It can become illogical, it can become colorful, it can become beautiful, it can become anything you want. So every expression, it doesn't have to be on a literal canvas, it doesn't have to be even in a physical form, it doesn't have to be visual arts, but just the way you perform, the way you speak, the way you act. Every single thing can become an artwork if you choose for it to be. That means you have to be conscious of what you're doing, and at the same time allow an element of not knowing where it's going. It has to be a little bit in the unknown, like openness towards what it wants to be, and engagement with the situation, and constantly playing with it so that it can, you know, become what it wants to become. And it's not restricted by your own eyeballs, your own glasses that you're wearing all the time. So creativity awakens something in me that I want to expand, and I want to really, really, really free myself from all the things that resist this full-blown creativity to come through. And there's a lot of things that keep me from that, but also the channel is quite open sometimes. So yeah, I know that that will come, and I have some people around me who inspire me and who trigger this kind of setup, or who trigger this in myself, that I become more free and that I just ramble words, or I sing, or I dance and move, and I don't care about what it looks like, but it just becomes flow. So yeah, that's something that I would want more, an audience to that, to my creativity, an environment that supports that more, inspiring people, a lot of materials, places that tickle me into this, and yeah, being valued for it, monetizing it, becoming an artist, being an artist in an official sense. I want to have sex. That's definitely a desire that is there, that I'm repressing or not knowing what to do with. Sometimes I feel really, really aroused, and then I'm just thinking, okay, I don't want to lose my energy again, because I'm building it and I'm keeping it inside of myself. So there's nothing to do with it. So yeah, there's probably nothing to do with it if I really want to keep that energy inside of myself. Yet this sensuality and pleasuring the body is something that, if I'm listing all the things that I would want and that I could radically go after, if I would choose that path, yeah, that would be one of the things on the list, to go into that experience again. Because I've had that experience in my life already, of being very intimate with people, and also being quite explicit about the wants and the not wants, and like the intricacies of the sexual game. So it's not, I kind of know what is in there. Yeah, I kind of know what is in there already, but I feel that my body is signaling this sometimes, and it even comes in the form of baby fever, or the biological aspect to it. Um, when I ovulate, I'm suddenly way more interested in having a partner in my life than when I'm not ovulating. So there is also some kind of, yeah, obviously there's relation there, but safety, feeling nurtured, feeling connected to people. And maybe becoming completely careless also. There's a lot that I sometimes want to say that would disturb people and hurt people. And I'm not sure. Sometimes I feel that it doesn't it doesn't pay off or bear fruits to say these things and express them, because then I have to explain myself to people and I just get myself into some kind of emotionally turbulent situation where I have to justify the way that I'm expressing if I want to maintain a relationship with them. And now I'm more kind of appreciating what the relationship is, being authentic when I feel that I need to leave or am not interested or don't want to be there, but I don't really say it that explicitly. So yeah, sometimes that's something that I could go after and just fully let out, but it also feels dangerous. What more? What more is it that I want? Yeah, I want to be quite magical. I want to be a magical person, so I want I want to have superpowers that amaze people. I want to be able to heal people, and I want to be able to show off with my spiritual capabilities. So I want to be able to read people's minds and show them that I'm legit. And yeah, I'm doing that also. I have flabbergasted people sometimes with certain sensitivities or being able to foresee certain things in the future or doing energy work, whatever. And then I tell myself it comes from good intent, and I guess that also is there. But yeah, it's also about showing off, because it's just pretty cool to be spiritually attuned enough to receive information that other people don't receive. That's cool. And I want to be cool. Yeah. I want to burn all my karma. I want to feel blissful. I want to feel good. I want to feel valued. I want to be loved. I want to be attractive. I want a lot of people to be attracted to me. I want people to serve me. I want people to feed me. I want people to value me and praise me. I want to be good. I want to lose myself. I want to be helpful to others. I want to feel love. I want to love people and things and the world and myself. I want to move my body. I want to be very sportive and get good at martial arts and dancing. I want to dance a lot more and with partners. I want to learn partner dances and just become a fucking TikTok star. Go viral on the internet with some silly sexy dance and travel the whole world because I'm a sexy dancer. I want to shave off all my hair and still be appreciated for how beautiful I am. I want to have loads of friends without being responsible for their feelings. I want to I want to be able to be vulnerable, truly. And I want to be able to not take myself seriously. And I don't feel authentic in this moment. Because the truth is that I really don't know what I'm doing. And I don't know what will give me peace. I was on a meeting with friends. They live in different countries, but they're my soul family, you could say. And we all wrote a haiku. I'm gonna read you mine. The title is Yes, and the haiku goes like this. I like you a lot. I mean a lot, really. Thank you for smiling. Great poetry, great insight about life, great beauty, and I hope someone's watching this. That's funny because in the past I really didn't care if people were watching this. I really only did it for spiritual process, while now there is this idea of wanting to make YouTube into something. Like I'm here because I have potential, because I can create value for other people, because I want to be seen, and because I've decided to do it, so I better commit to it fully, which also means commit to the potential of it being successful. So now when I'm recording videos or thinking about what I want to talk about, there's actually this voice of, hey, how are people going to respond to this? Will someone watch this? Do people even watch videos to the end, ever? All these kinds of questions. And it really feels like I'm not only talking to myself and talking to a camera anymore, but talking to an audience. And that does change the deal quite a bit, actually. It influences me. And it also influences my own estimation of when I'm being authentic. Sometimes I just feel like, okay, something's wrong, but maybe I'm saying I'm inauthentic just because I don't feel good and because I don't yeah, this is it. Like, I'm just rambling. I'm talking all the shit that is on my mind, and somehow I feel like because you are watching this, that I should say something more interesting, that I should offer something that is actually of value to you, and that whatever is in me in this moment is not of value. And me being authentic, which is expressing all this stuckness and just talking for hours and hours, because I feel that I could go on for a long time right now, that it really just sucks, and that it doesn't bring me closer to you watching more of me, and me gaining views, and me gaining subscribers, or being interesting, or providing value. So it's good because now that I said this out loud, I can feel in myself that I'm maybe doing it for myself again, a little more. And that actually I now feel comfortable with the idea of this being a 5-hour video. And it doesn't bother me that much anymore whether you like it or not. And whether you will subscribe or unsubscribe. But then immediately the question arises, so well, if you're not going to commit to this being successful in the way you think it has to be successful, or if you don't care about gaining views and reaching people here, then it means that you should be doing something else that you do genuinely care about. Find your purpose, invest in something that is valuable to people. Why do I have this thought that I have to be of value to people or provide value to people? It might come from my mom. She really, or maybe even more than my mom, I think, yeah, it's quite a general thing to feel that we need to be doing something. And people ask me all the time, what are your plans? Are you going to study again? Are you going to do this or that job? Or are you going to who knows what? Where are you going to live? What's the plan? What's the plan? What's the plan? What's the plan? And then I say I don't really have that much of a plan, and I'm getting around, and yeah, there's some pride in wanting to provide for myself, but beyond that, I don't care what the plan is, and I don't feel inherently motivated to do things. And when I make art, it feels nice because I'm in a flow state, but I don't wake up every morning thinking this is what I should devote my life to. And then I try to create the setup because I have imagined myself as an artist, and so, okay, this is the path that I'm gonna focus on, so let's do it. And let's set up a painting corner in this room, and let's put my canvas there, and let's get out the paints. And I've been thinking of this for a full fucking week and I didn't do it. So there is no real intrinsic motivation to do it. And I know that I will get to it in the moment that I actually feel called to do it. And then it will feel good and it will be good. But yeah, let's stop forcing myself into it. And actually what I think is more interesting maybe right now is to do this thing that I'm doing, where I'm just giving insight into what is actually going on in myself. And it might be a very, very long process, as in it might be super slow and uninteresting to people because I'm really not that interesting to watch. So there's actually this idea that I've had, and you could call it an artwork or whatever you want to call it. You could also just call it self-exposure on the internet, but it's the idea of just living somewhere in one specific place and going live, doing a live stream, and staying in that place and being with myself and kind of challenging myself to stay there, with the knowing that people are watching me, or that they could watch me if they are interested, and then stay there as long as I can, or something, or have some kind of challenge, or even I think I once thought of it as I will not get out of here until people have paid me this much money, or until people have reached this or that thing, like to some kind of really fucked up game where you put yourself in a dangerous or uncomfortable situation and tests people's responses and tests your own ability and resilience to grind through it. So maybe to make my life exciting in this time of not knowing who I am and what I should be doing, this is actually the only option that I have, which is that I stay in my room for a full day and I just live stream myself and everything. Full disclosure, me being naked, waking up, showering. Well, I need to pee, so that should be loud, but staying in my room and just live streaming all of it, whether you're interested in it or not, just to see what the effect would be. Because I don't need to create valuable content. My whole life is just what it is. Okay. So that can sink in right now, and maybe that is what you'll get tomorrow. Shambo.